Good morning, this is George with Watchman German Shepherds. We're here this morning with Ronda Vektor. Ronda is 7 weeks pregnant. Hello, pretty. Hello, pretty. So she was bred with Kros on August 27th. One time. They were together one time, and then she's due on October 29th. So she's due in just 2 weeks. And I'll try to get some shots, angles of her, of course, her belly and all. She is definitely getting wide. The vet said that she has at least 5 or 6, but they didn't do a count per se, and she said she thinks she probably has more. And so she's definitely coming along in her pregnancy. Size matters, of course, and I think sometimes I can tell. Same thing with my wife as far as about how many puppies, bigger litter, smaller litter, but we've been wrong and we've been right. So you can see there she's getting some milk, right? See her glands are filling, her mammaries. So anyway, how many puppies are in there? We don't know. But we hope any that are in there, and the ones that are in there, should I say, are all healthy. And that's the big thing, right? So when a younger female, Ronda is 22 months, I think, 21 months old. So when a younger female delivers, even when she has a larger litter with bigger puppies, because they're still younger, it's actually a benefit with delivering. The bones are still softer, and the joints, and so they're a little more pliable, and that's good as opposed to maybe a 5, 6, 7-year-old where the bones are a little harder. You may know that bone is not really that hard to begin with, but they do start out softer in youth, and then they get harder with age, and then of course they become dry and brittle. So they're moist. She's young. Her bones still have a lot of moisture in them, and so when she goes to deliver, there's a little pliability there in her whole rear end area, right? So she can more easily deliver the puppies. So they say, right? And it makes sense. Obviously, other things are in play, the contractions and her physical health and everything. So there's a lot in play, and each dog ultimately is an individual, and when they deliver, get pregnant and deliver a litter, that's very individual. And so we can talk, I think, in very general terms a lot of times, but from what I've seen again and again, there's a lot of individual things. So maybe a group of different factors that would be with one female and not another. So some of the same things, of course, but hardly all of the same things. And I'll give you a little, for instance, there, right? So sometimes the puppies are born and they're in the sack that's really thick, and that can be really good because then it's not as apt to break, and then the fluid get in there before the puppies are born. And so that's one thing. Some of the females deliver and they naturally have a thicker sac, embryonic sac, than other dogs, right? And then the contractions. So some dogs have stronger contractions, and they have them consistently through the whole labor, and yet at the same time, invariably, they always start out stronger and they get weaker as time goes on. Some deliveries can be as long as 24 hours, really. I've heard that before. I've seen that before. A breeder friend of mine just told me of a case where he thought the female was done, and they said there was X amount and only one less came out. I forget what he said. There was 7 or 8 on the x-ray. So he felt very strongly, with good cause, going by the x-ray, that there was another puppy. And sure enough, the next morning, 24 hours or so after the first puppy, came the last puppy. And thankfully it survived. And the first thing that he said to me was that the sacks, all the puppies in that litter, had a very thick sack. So that's important. And so the puppy obviously is protected in there. The litters are protected individually. They have their sacks and yeah, here I am. The whole placenta, right? And that's their lifeblood. The air and everything is all supplied through the umbilical cord. And so you don't want that sac to break and the puppy be in the mom for too long. So if it's a thinner sac and it breaks while the puppies are still in the mom, and she's especially in later delivery, and she's tired and can't push, and well, it could be a problem. The puppies could suffocate. And so a few again of the variables that are in play. And back to the younger females, with the joints and the bones being a little more pliable, softer, more moisture when they're younger, well, that's of course in play. And so very excited about Ronda's litter with Kros. Again, this is her first litter. She's a sweet girl. She couldn't be any prettier. She couldn't be any smarter. She's really, really a nice girl. And she kind of is bossy with my other females, even though she's the youngest. She kind of keeps them in their place, so to speak. They don't boss her around. If anyone's going to be bossy, she's going to be bossy. And so I kind of like that in a way. She's not aggressive at all. A different matter altogether. So she certainly would be a dominant female with no aggression, as none of my dogs have any aggression. Certainly not toward people, ever. I've never seen that. With each other, yeah, 2 dominant females especially, they'll go at it for sure. And so, well, just a little update here on Ronda Vektor at 7 weeks, bred to Kros, one time, the right time, got pregnant, and we're just anticipating a healthy litter and looking to the Lord to provide exactly that, and that Ronda too, of course, would be healthy through the process. So that'll do it for this video this morning. Today is October 13th, Tuesday morning in southeast Pennsylvania here. There's a look of my, not my property, from my property, the back property here, and a big orchard up there, and this here is my property. There's the kennel, and it's nice and quiet over here in southeast Pennsylvania. And a little rainy this morning. It's let up now, but it's still an overcast day. The next few days is supposed to be real nice, so enjoy them. And I do appreciate you subscribing, liking, sharing, comments, and questions here on the channel. I really appreciate all that. And until next time, the Lord bless you as you trust Him. Very important. I was reading a meditation yesterday and today. Jesus told Peter to watch and pray lest ye enter into temptation. And so I'll leave that with you. Very important to be watchful and to pray lest you enter into temptation. And of course, I know that goes well for me. And so, you have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.